Today, we're going to talk about the 5 things that I dislike about my LS460. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my LS460, which is sitting behind me. We're in another film location here. Beautiful day here in Washington. It's Sunday. We're filming in the car. But there are a few things that I do not like about the LS460. Mainly some reliability issues compared to other Lexuses of this chassis, the LS. So the 400 and the 430 didn't have these issues. So we're gonna dive into it right now. Number 1 are the control arm issues. This car has 16 control arms total. And I don't know if you can hear that. We're already starting to squeak a little bit. So I'm gonna eventually have to replace all 16 control arms. That's about anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 depending on if you're going OEM, aftermarket, or if you're doing it yourself or paying someone. So that is a huge expense considering the car is only worth about 8 to 10 G's nowadays on fair market value. Number 2's underneath the hood. If you take off these plastic covers, there is a brake actuator right underneath this plastic panel that loves to go out. There she is. This particular module right here is about another $1,000 to $2,000 depending on if you buy used. Obviously you're going to want to buy new, and depending on if you know how to install this, you're still going to have to get it programmed through the dealership through TechStream. So that's another expensive part of the vehicle, considering the fact, like I said, this vehicle is in that 8 to 10K range. Number 3 is also underneath the hood. If you remove this plastic panel, you will see that it's a complex junction of cables, control boxes, and modules. Under all of this, there's the intake manifold. We do have the valley plate leak. So this is common in the LS, this is the 1UR. It's also common in the ISF that has the 2UR and the GX460. These all will eventually leak in terms of the valley plate. That can be an expensive job. This one you could probably DIY with enough tools. You can definitely get in there and reseal that gasket, but Lexus used a synthetic gasket that eventually causes coolant to leak out. So you're either gonna have to top it off and live with it or get it fixed. Again, another $1,000 to $2,000 depending on what parts you use and if you do it yourself or go to the dealership. And number 4 is inside of the vehicle. So let's hop in. All right. So inside of the vehicle, I've been having a little bit of a climate control issue with my infotainment system. On this system, here, I'll turn on the vehicle. I'm having issues with the actual climate control. So if you hit the climate control button, as you can see, we have, here it's gonna autofocus. Check the connection to the air conditioner. What is that? I did some research, and underneath the glove box, there is a module that you need to replace, which I'm gonna make a video on to help other LS owners. If you get this message, pretty much it means that the infotainment is not communicating with the servo motors inside of the glove box. So you're gonna have to get that module replaced. Right now I have no heat, no AC. I'm relying on my heated and cooled seats to stay warm and my heated steering wheel and windows. So very much so a big issue. We'll keep you guys updated on that one because we're gonna make a video on it. And the last one, the 5th and final thing that I don't like about the LS460 are that the headlights tend to fog up really easily. I've since corrected them with a polisher and some sandpaper and tinted them with some 3M film, so it doesn't look as bad anymore. But this is one of the biggest issues. I see this on a lot of used LS460s, especially ones with over 200,000 miles. You're gonna run into headlights that are foggy, and that's obviously a safety concern at night. So I went ahead and polished them, and we also protected them with some film. You don't have to tint them, you can just go with regular PPF, which is clear. This one's been the most unreliable, unfortunately. This one has been on the tow truck the most, I believe 2-3 times already. First time being the starter, second time being a faulty crankshaft position sensor that actually caused me to be on a tow truck 2 times from the gym, being towed over to my mechanic's house. It's unfortunate because this is the most comfortable, in my opinion, even with it slammed on coilovers. I mean, with all the leather and all the heated seats, steering wheel, and technology that this LS has, as well as the way the suspension is set up. This is, out of all of them, the most comfortable, but it has been the most unreliable as well. So, I want to be completely transparent. I'm going to talk up the vehicle. I'm also going to tell you the cons of said vehicle and not just give a one-sided opinion.